Hello everyone, welcome back to Apex Coasters. Today I'm going to be continuing my part 1 episode that I posted yesterday of Roller Coaster March Madness round number 1. Today we are going to be visiting the next 5 states on our list, and we have Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, and Illinois. All of these states have astounding roller coasters, and so we are going to be going through all of them and getting the top 3, ranking them down, and then finding the winner, and that winner is going to advance to round 2. So starting off with the first state, we have Connecticut. So Connecticut doesn't have a lot of roller coasters, but it does have some pretty high quality ones. So as you can see here, this is Boulder Dash at Lake Compounce, which is a very long wooden roller coaster, and it's just a completely insane ride, out of control. Has like big drops. It just races. It's like the Beast, but in Connecticut, I guess you could say. And so the next roller coaster, we have Wooden Warrior at Quasi. Now, there's a lot of wooden roller coasters in this state, but Wooden Warrior was actually, I believe, the first Gravity Group family wooden roller coaster, and it actually has phenomenal airtime, which is pretty crazy, because it's not that big, and it just whips through the whole layout and has a ton of airtime. And so that was pretty much... It's like Raven and Holiday World, but for small wooden roller coasters. So it's like the same thing where the template for other parks to follow. So the last roller coaster on our list, we have Phobia Fear Coaster, which is a Premier Ride Skyrocket 2. So I'm not... there's really not much to say about it because these models are actually very popular. But so it's a Premier Ride Skyrocket 2, and so now we are going to choose the winner of Connecticut. So the roller coaster I have chosen to win this battle, we are going to go with Boulder Dash at Lake Compounce. Boulder Dash is now going to be advancing to round 2 of Roller Coaster March Madness. The next state on our list, we have Florida. So this is actually a very hard decision I had to make for the 3 best roller coasters in the state, but I think I got it narrowed down enough, and so let's get right into it. So first, we have Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens, Tampa. This hyper-hybrid roller coaster, manufactured by RMC, has 2 inversions and a beyond vertical drop of 91 degrees. It's an amazing roller coaster, and it's definitely deserves a spot in the top 3 for Florida. So the next roller coaster on our list, we have Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. This is just my personal opinion. A lot of people would take Guardians over this, but I do think Hagrid is a bit better because it feels longer, the launches are punchier, and I do like the airtime that it provides, and not so much of that is on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Now, the last roller coaster on our list, we have Velocicoaster at Universal's Islands of Adventure. This roller coaster is completely insane, and it just blew me away the first ride I had on this. And so I am very proud to put Velocicoaster on this list because it's currently my favorite roller coaster in the world. And so obviously you guys all know by now, we all know the winner of the state, and it's going to be Velocicoaster at Universal's Islands of Adventure. Velocicoaster is now going to be advancing to round number 2. For the next state on our list, we have Georgia. Now, Georgia has basically 2 main parks and 3 main roller coasters. So we have Air Force One at Fun Spot Atlanta, obviously, Goliath Six Flags Over Georgia, and Superman Ultimate Flight at Six Flags Over Georgia. So those were 3 pretty easy roller coasters to pick, but the not so easy part is who is going to win. Goliath at Six Flags Over Georgia is an outstanding B&M Hyper roller coaster. Superman Ultimate Flight is an outstanding B&M flying coaster. And then we have Air Force One, possibly the best RMC roller coaster ever created. So as you can see right here, this is Air Force One. So Air Force One, it's a lot to talk about, so I'm not going to go fully in depth, but it's a smooth ride, a lot of airtime, maybe the best in the world, a lot of inversions, so it's just exactly what you want on a RMC hybrid roller coaster. This round is actually ground up, so it was not a It was not a replacement for any other ride, and it wasn't a retrack work for a wooden roller coaster. It was just it was completely new, and definitely something you wouldn't see at a Fun Spot Park. So the winner of Georgia is going to go to Air Force One at Fun Spot Atlanta. You are going to be advancing to round number 2. Next state on our list, we have Idaho. Idaho is not the best park for roller coasters, but there is one park that has all the roller coasters that are on the top 3 list for Idaho, and that, my friends, is Silverwood. Now, Silverwood actually has a replacement Vekoma inverted hyper boomerang roller coaster. I'm not sure what they're called, but right here it's called Aftershock. And Aftershock, I believe, was the one that was at Six Flags Great America, and it was moved to Silverwood. And so it's an amazing roller coaster. It's nothing short of great, and it definitely packs a punch as you traverse through the layout forward and backward. There's also forward and backward seating on each of the trains, no, not forward and backward seating. There's 2-row seating, sort of like in Vertigo at Kings Island, I believe, but not quite. And so at the end of the co-roll in the back row or front row, whichever one you want, you just get whipped over, and it's so forceful. And so that's probably like the moment that makes this ride so good. Also, the drop off the tower, that's pretty cool. And then that's the ride, basically. And so the next ride we have at Silverwood is Stunt Pilot. Stunt Pilot is an RMC Raptor. The small ones, like Railblazer at California's Great America. And so it's basically just like that. Nothing too complicated. So the next roller coaster we have is Tremors at Silverwood. Tremors is a classic wooden roller coaster, as you can see right there, to the left of Aftershocks, to the right of Aftershock structure in that shot. You see it right behind Aftershock. And it's a nice wooden roller coaster. It's not the best, but I think we all know who the winner is going to be of this roller coaster battle for the best roller coaster in Idaho, and we are going to go with Aftershock at Silverwood. Aftershock is going to be advancing to round number 2. The last state on our list currently for today, we have Illinois. So Illinois has a lot of roller coasters, I'm just going to say, but there's one park that has the best, and that park is in a Six Flags chain, and it's called Six Flags Great America. So Six Flags Great America actually is home to the world's fastest acceleration on a roller coaster, and that roller coaster is Max Force, taking you up to 78 miles an hour, I believe, in just 1.8 seconds, I think. Anyway, but you can see the launch track is short. It's not like a King Dakar launch track. It's a compressed air launch manufactured by S&S worldwide. And it's a completely intense roller coaster. I think that's called a dog tongue element, the element that is going through right now. It's a very unique element, and the ride is smooth. It's nice, and it's just short. The one thing you could do better about it is just make it longer, because as you can see, it just does the dog tongue, that quick roll, and then goes up into that, and then flips over again, and then it's back into the brakes. But the launch is definitely a big punch, and I guess it sums up the whole ride. Next roller coaster, we have Max Force. I already said Max Force. We have Goliath at Six Flags Great America. Again, the same park. Goliath is a wooden roller coaster manufactured by RMC. It has their topper track, but it's still a wooden roller coaster because the middle stack is still wood. And it has 2 inversions and a 180-foot drop. And it's actually the fastest wooden roller coaster in the world. I believe at 78. No, not 78. Like 76 miles an hour, I think. And so it's a completely out of control wooden roller coaster. It actually has the longest stall on any roller coaster. And so it's probably one of the best. Wildfire at Clomarden is probably the only other RMC Woody that could beat it. But it's still an outstanding ride either way. So, the next roller coaster, and the last one, we have Raging Bull, that orange B&M hypercoaster you see in the background of this off-ride footage for Max Force. So the B&M hypercoaster, Raging Bull, is a very, very interesting roller coaster, as it is compact, And the drop in the back row, hold on a second. The drop in the back row is the drop in the back row is probably the best drop you're ever going to get on a B&M Hypercoaster, because the way that the drop works, it goes through like a little dip and then straight, and then there's this really sharp drop segment, like where it just tilts you, like you just start going down the drop, but it's like very sharp. And so in the back row, when the rest of the train is already going down the drop, you just get whipped at full speed down, and it's probably one of the best ejector airtime pops you're ever going to get on a roller coaster. So if you're riding, if you're at Six Flags in Great America, recommend Raging Bull in the back row. It's going to be a completely insane experience. That's where the list of Illinois coasters ends, and now we have to choose the winner. So, for the best roller coaster in the state of Illinois, we are going to go with Goliath at Six Flags Great America. Goliath will now be advancing to round number 2. Pretty much where today's video is going to wrap up. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to subscribe to stay tuned. I am not going to be posting a video on Saturday or Sunday, but I will get back to video posting Monday or Tuesday to ensure that I will be able to finish the roller coaster March Madness right when March Madness is finished. That's where today's video is going to wrap up. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to like and subscribe, as if you made it this far into the video, you clearly like my content. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Thanks for watching.